Section 47. Vaisamapayana said that bull among men, Duryodhana, continued to dwell in that assembly house of the Pandavas, and with Sakuni, the Kuru prince slowly examined the whole of that mansion, and the Kuru prince beheld in it many celestial designs which he had never seen before in the city, called after the elephant Hastinapore. And one day King Duryodhana, in going round that mansion, came upon a crystal surface, and the king, from ignorance, mistaking it for a pool of water, drew up his clothes, and afterwards, finding out his mistake, the king wandered about the mansion in great sorrow. And some time after, the king, mistaking a lake of crystal water adorned with lotuses, crystal petals for land, fell into it with all his clothes on. Beholding Duryodhana fallen into the lake, the mighty Bhima laughed aloud, as also the menials of the palace, and the servants, at the command of the king, soon brought him dry and handsome clothes. Beholding the plight of Duryodhana, the mighty Bhima and Arjuna and both the twins all laughed aloud. Being unused to putting up with insults, Duryodhana could not bear that laugh of theirs. Concealing his emotions, he even did not cast his looks on them, and beholding the monarch once more draw up his clothes to cross a piece of dry land which he had mistaken for water, they all laughed again, and the king some time after mistook a closed door made of crystal as open, and as he was about to pass through it, his head struck against it, and he stood with his brain reeling, and mistaking as closed another door made of crystal that was really open. The king, in attempting to open it with stretched hands, tumbled down, and coming upon another door that was really open, the king, thinking it has closed, went away from it. And O monarch, King Duryodhana, beholding that vast wealth in the Rajasuya sacrifice, and having become the victim of those numerous errors within the assembly house, at last returned with the leave of Pandavas to Hastinapore. And the heart of King Duryodhana, afflicted at sight of the prosperity of the Pandavas, became inclined to sin as he proceeded towards his city, reflecting on all he had seen and suffered, and beholding the Pandavas happy, and all the kings of the earth paying homage to them, as also everybody young and old engaged in doing good unto them, and reflecting also on the splendor and prosperity of the illustrious sons of Pandu, Duryodhana, the son of Dhritarashtra, became pale. In proceeding to this city with an afflicted heart, the prince thought of nothing else but that assembly house and that unravelled prosperity of the wise Yudhishthira. And Duryodhana, the son of Dhritarashtra, was so taken up with his thoughts then that he spoke not a word to Suvala's son, even though the latter addressed him repeatedly. And Sakuni, beholding him absent-minded, said, O Duryodhana, why art thou proceeding sighing us? Duryodhana replied, O uncle, beholding this whole earth, owning the sway of Yudhishthira, in consequence of the might of the illustrious Arjuna's weapons, and beholding also that sacrifice of the son of Krita, like unto the sacrifice of Sakra himself, of great glory among the celestials, I, being filled with jealousy and burning day and night, am being dried up like a shallow tank in the summer season. Behold, when Sisupala was slain by the chief of the Sattvatas, there was no man to take the side of Sisupala. Consumed by the fire of the Pandava, they all forgave that offense. Otherwise, who is there that could forgive it? That highly improper act of grave consequence done by Vasudeva succeeded in consequence of the power of the illustrious son of Pandu. And so many monarchs also brought with them various kinds of wealth for King Yudhishthira, the son of Kunti, like tribute-paying Vaishyas. Beholding Yudhishthira's prosperity of such splendor, My heart burned, afflicted with jealousy, although it behoved me not to be jealous. Having reflected in this way, Duryodhana, as if burnt by fire, addressed the king of Gandhara again and said, I shall throw myself upon a flaming fire, or swallow poison, or drown myself in water. I cannot live. What man is there in the world possessed of vigor, who can bear to see his foes in the enjoyment of prosperity, and himself in destitution? Therefore, I who bear to see that accession of prosperity and fortune in my foes, am neither a woman nor one that is not a woman, neither also a man nor one that is not a man, beholding their sovereignty over the world and vast affluence, as also that sacrifice, who is there like me that would not smart under all that? Alone I am incapable of acquiring such royal prosperity, nor do I behold allies that could help me in the matter. It is for this that I, thinking of self-destruction, beholding that great and serene prosperity of the son of Kunti, I regard fate as supreme and exertions fruitless. O son of Suvala, formerly I strove to compass his destruction, but baffling all my efforts, he hath grown in prosperity, even like the lotus from within a pool of water. It is for this that I regard fate as supreme and exertions fruitless. Behold, the sons of Dhritarashtra are decaying, and the sons of Pritha are growing day by day. Beholding that prosperity of the Pandavas, and that assembly house of theirs, and those menials laughing at me, my heart burned as if it were on fire. Therefore, O uncle, know me now as deeply grieved and filled with jealousy, and speak of it to Dhritarashtra. Thus ends the 47th section in the Dyuta Parva of the Sabha Parva.